We're going to start with lesson 1 in A Course in Miracles. This is so exciting. First time I read through the Course in Miracles, through all the texts, and then did the workbook over the course of a year, it was life-changing. And the second time was an even deeper understanding. And this will be my third time through, and I'm so excited to be on this adventure with you and share what I've learned through experiencing the lessons, not just through reading them, but experiencing them. Because what happens is when you take it seriously and you do this, you do A Course in Miracles on a pretty consistent basis, you'll see that life starts to mirror back the lessons to you in a really beautiful, harmonious, synchronistic way. It's that in and of itself is quite a miracle. The way that life will start to imitate the lessons and the lessons imitate life. So before I dive into lesson 1, I would like to just read a little bit of a foreword. Some of the ideas the workbook presents you will find hard to believe, and others may seem to be quite startling. This does not matter. You are merely asked to apply the ideas as you are directed to do. You are not asked to judge them at all. You are asked only to use them. It is their use that will give them meaning to you and will show you that they are true. Remember only this: you need not believe the ideas, you need not accept them, and you need not even welcome them. Some of them you may actively resist. None of this will matter or decrease their efficacy, but do not allow yourself to make exceptions in applying the ideas the workbook contains. And whatever your reaction to the ideas may be, use them. Nothing more than that is required. So what's being asked of you is to apply it. Apply these teachings so that you can see for yourself what miracles occur from that. Now we begin with lesson 1. Lesson 1. Nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, mean anything. Now look slowly around you and practice applying this idea very specifically to whatever you see. This table does not mean anything. This chair does not mean anything. This hand does not mean anything. This foot does not mean anything. This pen does not mean anything. Then look further away from your immediate area and apply the idea to a wider range. That door does not mean anything. That body does not mean anything. That lamp does not mean anything. That shadow does not mean anything. Notice that these statements are not arranged in any order and make no allowance for differences in the kinds of things to which they are applied. That is the purpose of the exercise. The statement should merely be applied to anything you see. As you practice the idea for the day, use it totally indiscriminately. Do not attempt to apply it to everything you see, for these exercises should not become ritualistic. Only be sure that nothing you see is specifically excluded. One thing is like another as far as the application of the idea is concerned. Each of the first 3 lessons should not be done more than twice a day each, preferably morning and evening, nor should they be attempted for more than a minute or so unless that entails a sense of hurry. A comfortable sense of leisure is essential. So that's lesson 1. I'm going to review that with you just a little bit. Nothing I see in this room means anything. Objectively, it may not mean anything. Truly. And now we're finding out that there's literal truth to this scientifically. In fact, the most recent Nobel Peace Prize winners in physics, they won by proving that the universe is not locally real. I actually pulled this up from Scientific American. The universe is not locally real, and the physics Nobel Peace Prize winners proved it. One of the more unsettling discoveries in the past half a century is that the universe is not locally real. In this context, real means that objects have definite properties independent of observation. An apple can be red even when no one is looking. Local means that objects can be influenced only by their surroundings and that any influence cannot travel faster than light. Investigations at the frontiers of quantum physics have found that these things cannot both be true. Instead, the evidence shows that objects are not influenced solely by their surroundings, and they may also lack definite properties prior to measurement, which would mean that they're only real because you're observing it. That what we are observing is indeed consciousness itself, that does not exist independently of the consciousness. It's amazing that this is what our physicists are now discovering. This book was written many years ago, before that discovery had been definitively proven, and yet the truth is already in there. We don't have to make sense of everything. These initial lessons in the Course are meant to open our minds, open our hearts to a wider reality, to a reality that is much more beautiful and much greater than the one that we have heretofore known. So keep an open heart, keep an open mind. Apply this lesson. If you have the book, go ahead and read it for yourself as well. You're welcome to read the lessons along with me each day. If you're not able to do that, that's fine. Just you can listen to me, read the lesson to you. I'm so grateful that I get to be with you on this journey.